our inner thoughts. So that's why we should speak more.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
principle, I think. You have
Yes.
to speak, speak, speak,
Mm,
and listen. Sure
yes,
that
it's,
all
that is the way.
intolerance have wrongs, sure, but we can do it if we have a practice. Dr. Isaac told me that he is an English teacher too, yes? It's true?
No, I am assistant professor of mathematics, but I teach in.
Oh, oh, Jesus.
Yes, it's very good.
Good.
I have a very, very big problem with the mathematics. Sure, sure.
Me too. I doesn't.
Me too. Me
I
too.
doesn't like
Too.
it. I don't
It
like
is
the math.
dangerous
I
subject,
dis
but
I dislike maths.
oh, you should not
I
dislike.
dislike.
You may be weak, but you cannot dislike because you have to use mathematics. Mathematics is very important for the life.
Oh
Ah,
Yes.
yes.
yes, yes, yes.
Is
I-
necessary.
Yes.
you're so right. But I am a lawyer. I have knowledge about law only.
Oh, good, good.
Oh, you are a lawyer.
Yes, I am a lawyer.
But I told to my students, you use the mathematics when you have to think what calification, what, I don't know how to say, ¿cómo se dice calificación? No sé.
Qualification, marks.
Yes, qualification or
Qualification is for
march.
approve the grade. Then in this moment,
Score.
they
No
have
sé.
to use
Score también.
score.
Score.
Okay.
Yeah, a score. Maybe. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Oh,
I think so.
my friend Ramon is here.
Thanks God.
Yes. Okay. Here we go.
Since a long time ago.
Don't worry, we
Oh,
have
yeah.
time. We are now in Facebook.
Okay.
Then when you want, we can start.
Sit down here, Pompom. Sit down here.
Okay. Okay. I
Okay,
can
well,
start now.
okay.
Okay.
Good evening, good afternoon.
Good evening. Good
Everybody.
Good
afternoon. Good
afternoon.
night.
How are you? Esther is now in Mexico City.
Good
Oh,
afternoon,
good.
everyone.
Good
Good,
afternoon.
good afternoon in Venezuela.
Here is good evening. Okay, we are talking about today about migration in the world, the making of a multicultural society. That is a very interesting topic for us. No, what is immigration? Immigration is the movement of people from one country or region to another in order to make a new home. Is our case because all are living around the world in different countries. Okay, what is an immigrant? An immigrant is a person who moves from one country or region to another in order to make a new home. We are trying now to make a new home in Henry is living in Venezuela, is from Venezuela. Ramon is living in Brazil, from
Yes.
Venezuela. And Elizabeth is living in
Okay.
Cairo. In Cairo, is from Mexico. And
Yes.
like that. Okay, human migration. The permanent change of residence by an individual or group is includes such a movement and nomadism, migrant labor, commuting, and tourism, all of which are transitory in nature. We can see in that picture refugees in Slovenia. A long line of refugees from the Middle East, primarily from war-torn Syria and Iraq, being escorted across Slovenia by local officials in 2015. Okay, migration in the world. There are an estimated 272 million international migrants around the world. And while that equals just 3.5% of the world population, it already surpassed some projection for 2050. That situation is surpassed the projection in the first time for 3.5%. For example, in Venezuela, almost 16% of population at the moment are leaving the country. It's so sad. Since 1970, the number of people living in a country other than where they were born has tripled. Type of migration. Internal migration. This is referred to a change of residence within national boundaries, such as between states, provinces, cities, or municipalities. International migration. This refers to change of residence over national boundaries, and international migrants is someone who moved to a different country. International migrants are further classified in legal immigrants, illegal immigrants, and refugees. And legal immigrants are those who move with the legal permission of the receiver nation. As, when the people had a double nationality or got married with another people from a different country, and they can got legal permission. Illegal immigrants are those who move without legal permission. Refugees are those cross an international boundaries to escape persecution. That is, okay, migration crisis. Migrant flee Moria come after devastating fire. Thousands of asylum seekers on the Greek island of Lesbos fled for their life as a huge fire ripped through the camp of Moria, the country's largest migrant facility. Over 12,000 men, women, and children ran in panic out of containers and tents and into an adjoining olive grove and fields as the fire destroyed most of the overcrowded squalid camp. We can see in the picture that a fire was so bad, was terrified. It was terrific. It was just last year, in September 9, 2020. Migrants inside the Moria camp of the island Lesbos, Greece, during a major fire. Okay. Now we're going to talk about Venezuelan refugee crisis to become the largest and most underfunded in modern history. The Venezuelan refugee crisis is just about to surpass the scale of the Syrian crisis. So sad. As 2019 comes to a close 4 years since the start of the Venezuelan humanitarian crisis, 4.6 million Venezuelans have fled the country, about 16% of the population. That projection is surpassed the fled Syria about by 2015, 6 years ago. 4 years into the massive forced displacement crisis, The Venezuelan refugees crisis is one of the largest in the modern history. Current trend continue, there could be as many as 6.5 million Venezuelans living outside of the country by 2020. But in prior work, we showed that number could be significant higher if the humanitarian crisis in Venezuela continues to worsen, reaching over 8 million people. That is a projection for this year. At the end of this year, 8 million people, Venezuelan people, leave the country. Okay. Now, we can see a picture, the Venezuelan people arriving in Colombia and passing cross Colombia to arrive in Ecuador or Peru or Chile, because that is the easy way to leave the horrible situation they are living there now. Oh my God. It's my broken heart. It's no, the another picture is a Venezuelan people. That is a Syrian people.
Yes, I know.
Multicultural.
Sorry.
Okay. Now,
I know about it.
Mm.
And they told me that it's very sad and very hard decision with all the people, and it's very sad because sometimes you don't know how to help them, and what do you need to do for help? What can you do? And it's very sad for check
Yeah.
see all that is happening in country, because it's not it's all the kids, woman, man, all the people in the same situation. I'm sorry.
It's not. It's so difficult because the people can get food, medicine, anything, because the government destroy everything, and it's terrible. It's, I think so. Is the getting worse every day. Alex, sorry, it's getting worse every day. That situation is so sad. Okay, let's go to continuous. Now we're going to talk about multicultural, relating to or containing several cultural or ethnic groups within a society. Multiculturalism is a word that describes a society where many different cultures live together. Is it the simple fact of the cultural diversity? A multicultural society can result when people from many different countries migrate to one place, or an empire conquer many countries. That is an example in Ireland. We are living in a multicultural country because we can find here, people from India, Filipino, Chinese, from Mexico, different around the world. It's many culture, and we can learn about that and exchange the costumes, exchange food, exchange tradition, and clothes. It's nice. It's not nice experience that. Okay. Multiculturalism is all the different cultural or racial groups in a society. Hawaii is a multicultural place. Also, we can become close to other cultures. For example, my friend came from the Philippines. She has a different eating custom. I like Thai food. It's my favorite food, and Indian food. Okay. What made you multicultural? You hear about multicultural societies and groups, but have you thought about multicultural individuals and what they bring to organization? Multicultural individuals, such as Chinese, Canadian, Turkish, German, or Arab Americans, commonly think, perceive, behave, behave and respond to global workplace issues in more complex way than monocultural individuals. I was talking that we exchange different tradition and everything. What are the benefits of multicultural societies? We can see 7 advantages of a multicultural workplace. We can find more understanding and respect for cultural difference, increased creativity, diverse and delicious traits, align with an increasingly global workforce, speak your native language, yes, learn or strengthen a second or third language, better service for customer and partner. That is true. The people had more respect for everything. What is multicultural society in sociology? Multicultural societies are characterized by people of different race, ethnicity, and nationalities living together in the same community. In multicultural communities, people retain, pass down, celebrate, and share their unique cultural way of life, languages, art, tradition, and behavior. What are multicultural issues? Multicultural concerns cover a broad range of topics and identities, including race, religion, ethnicity, culture, sexual orientation, and or disability. What are the, I found here a different situation. I can talk about, for example, in the toilet, public toilet, in the, they had different position for the toilet, for the disability people, and in the booth, and I think so that is opportunity to integration that people in the daily routine. They can find they can find that, and they can feel free for go everywhere, because they can find the child, one people disability, they use a child share wheel, can get the booth, and they can go to the shopping everywhere, had the possibility to, and they try to include that the disability people. Okay. What are the characteristics of multicultural society? A multicultural society, cultural diversities, native languages, schooling educational programs. Today, many contemporary countries are characterized by multiculturalism, multilingualism, and different ethnic and confessional views. Okay. we had here a brainstorm reason for migrating. I had a question. Why do people move? What force do you think drive human migration? What effect does a region economy, climate, politics, and culture have on migration to and from the area? Before we start to discuss that question, we're going to watch a video. Thank you for your attention. Okay, Ramon.
Thank you very much. It's very, very interesting all that you present today, because now I think that now after the COVID, a lot of people want to migrate to another country, another city. In fact, my children want to change to another city because they told me that there are not work for them. Then it's necessary, but in the another case that you present in your PowerPoint, is true too, and it's real, and it's very, very sad. I don't know, Ramon, what do you think?
Yes, first of all, I want to say something that, for example, what is the problem for that kind of situations in the world? First of all, the government is still being selfish. You know why? Because they don't think about people in the country. When they don't offer, for example, opportunity for job, opportunity for study, opportunity for do whatever, of course, people have to look for the better ways to go to another place. Now, for example, it's a pity that really happened in my country, because I am Venezuelan, because there it's a mixing of political situation that don't permit people grow up. Yeah, because for example, the food is very expensive, everything's expensive there. For example, the coin is Bolivar, and you have to pay in dollar everything. That is so weird and so hard for people who earn a miserable salary. Yeah, and people don't think about it. People don't think. People sometimes are dogmatized in order to do whatever or the government wants to do. For example, you are like a simple muppet. You are like a muppet. Yeah,
Muppet.
People do whatever you want with you, and for that reason, we have to go away in order to look for good opportunities for us and for our family. But it's not good. It's hard, because sometimes when you are in another country, people don't accept your culture, or people don't stand you were there, because sometimes you are more prepared than people who live there, and they think you are going to steal the opportunity for job. But it's not true. That's not true, because sometimes you can find people who don't study, who don't do anything, and I am from another country, and they see you in a weird way, because you are a doctor, because you have many titles, you have preparations, and they don't have, but they have the opportunity. They have the opportunity. For example, the case of Brazil, many people here have the chance to go away in studies, and they don't take advantages. They prefer to be comfort in the life. For example, the government give money, and they relax. No, I'm not going to study. I'm going to live the rest of my life with a miserable salary. People think in that way. For that reason, this problem in this case of Venezuela, in this case of Syria, it's two potential countries that they want to dominate the poor one.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true. It's true. I don't know if somebody want to say another thing. Your microphone is closed, Esther.
Yeah.
It's on mute.
Yes,
Excelsos.
most important point.
Yes.
Can I say something? Yeah.
Yes, yes. First Esther and after Dr. Isaac, please. Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Excelso.
Okay.
Oh,
First
after.
of
I,
all, I am sorry the difficult situation that the people of Venezuela are experiencing living their land. Their family is sad, but they are workers and good people. Here in Mexico, they have integrated well, had Venezuelan neighbors. The migration is not a recent phenomenon. It is as old as humanity. There are many reasons why people leave their places to go in search of better opportunities and conditions, security, work. The great empires of antiquity were made of the mixture of several peoples, which gave rise to a great cultural, well, by synthesizing knowledge, science, and culture. For example, the Greeks, the empire of Alexander the Great, who certainly valued the local cultures of the conquered peoples, allowing his generals to marry women from those peoples. Another great example of migratory waves and mixing of cultures was the Roman Empire. Today we live in a global and intercultural world. The borders have been loaded by technology, by the new economic order, and even by the pandemic. It only remains to tear down the mental borders of discrimination and xenophobia. Thank you.
Oh, thank
Yes.
you.
Thank
yes.
you very
Very
much for
good.
your work. Very good.
Henry.
And it's true that this is not
Uh,
now. This has a long of time. But well, Dr. Isaac, please. Isaac.
After
I would,
Isar,
I would,
Henry.
Yes.
After Isar.
okay.
Yeah. So
Okay, I going,
in my view, migration is not a new, uh, but cause behind this only the security of job, because nowadays everywhere, for example, even in my country, there are a lot of people who are qualified. They are graduate, they are PhD, but they are unable to get the job according to their qualification. That's why they are migrating to one country to another country. So sometimes it is good, but there are a lot of problem of diasporas. To making a multicultural society has so many advantages, as Dr. Exkilda explained
Yeah.
briefly and in very well what is the advantages, but there are some sort of problems. So we should also discuss those problems and try to get the solution of that. And I am also really sorry to know about the situation of the Venezuela. And I pray that soon this problem will be resolved. Thank you very much for a nice presentation.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Isaac.
Henry.
Henry, please.
okay. The topic is very interesting because actually in my country, Venezuela, we are living difficult moments about migration. But I think from my point of view, the government has does responsibilities. The situation is very sad because many people emigrate other countries because they want to save their life and their families as well. For example, right now here in my country, Venezuela, the situation, politics, economics is very hard. We are running out on food, we are running out on gasoline. All is expensive here in my country, Venezuela. So many people emigrate other countries. Like I said, my classmates in the Smerin, I don't remember, Ramon. They emigrate other countries because here in Venezuela, for example, here in Venezuela, there isn't factories, the salaries is very little.
Yeah.
So there's a different reasons to emigrate other countries.
Yeah, that's one of the first reasons. Yeah, because people prefer to sell houses, everything they have, and they try to adventures in order to look for a new, a better life. But the problems sometimes some people don't have luck, and they failure have to go back to be in worse situation than before they were. That's a problem.
Yes. Yes, here in my country, Venezuela, many people they are living difficult moment about food. They don't, sorry, they can't get food. That's why many people emigrate. Other people to
try survival.
better situation to save their life. I pray to God every single day to help us to find the solution at several problems here in my country, Venezuela. That situation about immigration is very worried. Every time people emigrate to other country, looking better or looking best
life.
situation to save their life. Yes.
Yes, we wait that all will be
how is the current situation in Venezuela with this pandemic?
Oh, it's getting worse every day.
Wow.
Wow. The people trying to survive every day is so sad. I am living in Ireland, but my family is there, and I receive every day bad news about so many people died in my city, Ojeda, because they can get medicine, any paracetamol.
Yes.
Simple paracetamol. It's so
the medicine
sad.
is expensive. It's expensive.
It's so sad. It's so sad, this situation. But hopefully, as soon as possible, something happen and help.
Anthony, good evening. How are you?
Hello.
Good. What do you think about the topic today?
Thank you, Henry.
Thank you, Henry.
You're so welcome. Anytime.
Good afternoon from Peru. It's a hot afternoon. Yes. Well, this topic is one of the most important topics we should be talking right now in the 21st century and this situation. First and foremost, let me begin like migration. Migration is part of human life, from time immemorial, moving from one place to another, where a person can move from one place to another, and there are a couple of reasons. And this is where immigration comes in, where somebody will move to go to another country to live, probably permanently or maybe for some time. And we may begin to look at what are the reasons why people will move from their homes to another country. What are the immigration causes? The whole thing is linked to the political situation of every country. The political situation or political economy, like Dr. Isa said, the political economy of a country could trigger, migration. The Venezuelan situation is pitiable because I have been thinking, if you will look at least for the past 20 years, what I've been hearing is, migration, immigration issues, people seeking asylum from the Middle East due to the same political tension, wars, displacement, lack of food, lack of work, and all the rest of them from the Middle East, going to the different parts of Europe and going to the United States, Mexico, and all the rest of them. But this Venezuelan situation, I think, is becoming so terrible that the whole world seems not to care. Nobody is even talking about it. It seems to me that Europe is even paying more attention to the Syria situation, and the United States is paying attention to their democratic Republican situation, that nobody is even talking about the Venezuelan situation.
The Venezuelan.
And when you say that the Venezuelan, situation is underfunded, it's heavily underfunded. Why? Because I knew sometime that Venezuela was powerful in OPEC, that is the oil-producing countries. Venezuela was like the second largest oil-producing country sometime. But my country is also oil-producing country. I'm from Nigeria. We are also very rich in oil. But I know that Venezuela has more than Nigeria. But within the twinkle of, will I say, 7 years, Venezuela collapsed due to mismanagement, political issues, and even the so-called political issues is making the people that are supposed to take care of this situation, UNICEF, UN or whatever, to find a way to fund the Venezuela situation. But nobody is doing that. Europe is playing a lot of games and politics, looking for a way to seek their power within the Middle East. The United States, of course, we know that Trump is more of nationalist than globalist. Now, because of that attention at home, he didn't do much in trying to help. What he rather wanted to do was to displace the government and take over and put his own person there. These are political issues. So now, if we now look at this whole thing, can immigration or migration, can it fund multiculturalism? Of course, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
There are two sides to it. There is positive side to it and there is negative side to it. The positive side to it is, of course, I am a migrant in Peru. I live in Peru. I am from Nigeria. I live in Peru. Ordinarily, mine is will I call it a special care because I was begged to come. I refused to come and I was begged to come. It took them almost a year to convince me to come here. Maybe it's a different situation, but there are others that maybe due to job, like Dr. Isa was saying, they got job opportunities or work opportunities or will I call it professional opportunities, and they travel to another country and they are working. I know that for the past 4 years I've been here, people around me have noticed the kind of values I have because of where I'm coming from. I had what I call cultural shock when I come here, that a mother will be talking and the son or daughter will be responding. I was shocked to my bone marrow because it was not my cultural orientation that my father or my mother will be talking and I will be responding. I dare not do that. I have to respect my parents. I have to, keep calm. When they finish, I can now talk about my own idea, but not responding to them. So the children or students or friends around me knew that I had some of these values, that, some of them are beginning to like. I know a family friend that now greets me the way I greet the grandparents. I prostrate, when I see the grandparents, I prostrate and greet them. The child is now like, when he sees me, he will bend and greet. So in that aspect, I have how will I say, the child have learned the culture of respect for elders from me. Also, and many other things, because of time, I don't want to talk about it, but around me, I have brought a kind of different orientation of how a young man should behave in, in a family or in a society, the kind of cultural entities and cultural values I have learned from home. On the negative side, can we say that immigration brings, negativity to multiculturalism? Of course, the answer is yes. Of course, there are people, will I say, that behave terribly, and they brought that behavior from wherever they are coming from to a different, society, thereby corrupting other people. Is there any other side to it, a negative? Like the doctor said, of course, I have suffered that xenophobia. It happened in South Africa sometime, Nigerians, we are the most hit in that xenophobic action in 5 years ago. Even my family was affected because my sister's investments and all the rest of them over there was destroyed. All of them was destroyed. In fact, she was pregnant and she has to run away for her life. So the situation is really bad. Am I suffering it here? Yes. I remember somebody telling me that I came to Peru to take their jobs from them. And I was shocked that somebody besides said no, that this guy was even begged to come here because that was not my plan to come here. I was doing well for myself before I came here. Now, another thing is also, when we look at it from the larger society, you see that there is a lot of political gains for oppositions. For example, in the United States, where migrants are more, they seem to vote more for Democrats than the Republicans because they believe that the Republicans are more of nationalists rather than globalists. So it's a very wonderful topic. But the only thing I would say, using this medium is to call on to, I hope we are on Facebook, to call on to the nationalists and globalists to come together and see what they can do, especially the case of Venezuela, because it is getting out of hand. People are dying every day. Friends I have made are telling me what is going on, and it's really a very pitiable state. And I wish the Venezuelans God's grace to, for them to come out from this whole thing. Is really, really a terrible situation. I don't know how people are surviving there. So it's unfortunate that, this whole thing is happening. But I pray that sooner or later that they will come out and bounce back and become, normal human beings again. Thank you very much.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Anthony. Amani, good evening. How are
Good.
you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah,
Hello,
Amani
good
is
evening.
here in Egypt. Amani is today here with us. Hi, Amani. How are
Hi,
you?
Lisa, how are you?
Hi,
Yes.
Juan Jose. Good evening.
Hi, Eli. Hi, Manny.
Hi, doctor. How are
Manny.
you?
Hi.
I miss you all.
What do you
Hola,
think about the
Esther.
topic?
Hello.
Hello, Tia. Hello, how are you?
Amani,
Yeah.
what do you think about the topic for today?
Yeah, it's a very important topic. This is from long time. Most of people thinking about migration to improve their situation, their life. I think it's good that they think about that, but and a lot of country needs people, good people to improve their situation, especially in health, education. It's good. Here in Egypt, a lot of people, especially here this year, a lot of doctors travel to a lot of another country because they're looking for a good salary. They here in Egypt, it's not the government didn't give the especially doctors good salary. Say a lot of them thinking to migration travel another country. It's good to improve our situation. It's good, but I think it will be very good if all the family, not who is responsible about this family only travel. No, all the family travel together. That is the best. Yeah.
Yes, maybe, but I don't know if it's easy because you have to travel and you have to pay. I don't know, maybe
they have a good situation in finance. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's easy or not to travel together, but well, we can see that this in all the countries for different situations. Juan Jose, good evening. How are you, my friend?
Good evening, very fine. Very fine, Stan.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
What do you think about this topic?
It's simple.
What happened in Argentina? Can you tell me what happened in Argentina now about it?
What happened?
Yes, with the situation of the topic.
For me, it's very simple. This is the brain. This is my brain. This is your brain. This is a brain the people in South Africa. This is the brain of people in Europe. This is the brain of people in the States. The brain is similar, no difference. No, the difference is that environment in which group up us. The environment is propose the change in the brains. All the politicians, the politicals, the governments change the brain. If the brain is similar the people on the world. This is my opinion.
Well, yes, I think that is true. I think that the problem is the context, the different context and the different problems. Yes, I think that this change the brain. Is true?
Yeah. When the people wait for the government everything, I think so that that is the point to start to destroy the population, the quality of life and everything. And that situation currently in Venezuela, because the government make create some bonus for the population, and the people was changing their mind, and expecting to receive the bonus. In a long time ago, that bonus was enough for buy food or go everywhere. And when Chavez died, Maduro and change everything and start to destroy so fast the economical situation of population in Venezuela.
Excuse me, it's similar in Argentina. It's similar.
Yeah, I think so.
The government, the population, population government is similar in Argentina. The bonus, and the buy your mind.
Your mind and work up in your mind and change your thinking about the quality of life and safety and everything.
Yes, yes.
Yes, because it's easy money, I think, no? They have not to work, they have not to do anything, then as they have easy money, well, I can wait, I can to be in this place and in this situation. I think that is same, no?
That is a big problem, society problem.
Yeah. Okay, well, our time finished now. I don't know if somebody wants to say something before we finish. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It was a really interesting topic, Exilda.
Yes.
Congratulations, yeah.
Thank you.
Continue, go ahead.
Because,
remember the knowledge, the knowledge we can get every day. Yeah, study hard in order to have a new experience in life.
I hope as soon as possible had other opportunity to talk about other topic.
All the time that you want.
Okay.
This is your home. This is the home of all
Thank
our
you,
friends.
Exilso.
Thank you so much, Henry.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. See you Sunday.
Bye bye.
Have a great
Next Sunday.
Henry, thank you very much.
Okay.
Amani,
Yes, I would like to stay in the next meeting.
Yes, I send you the
Hi, teacher Paola. Good evening.
Congratulations.
Bye.
Hi.
Okay.
Thank
dear,
you.
I hope.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank you so
Ciao.
much.
Goodbye.
I hope
I am
the
so
link,
happy.
Amani,
Bye, people.
ciao.
Ciao, Manny.
See you Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.
Exilso.
Bye.
I hope the line in the group, Exilso.
Yes,
course.
yes, of course. I send you the information. Okay,
Yes.
bye.
Thank you. God bless
you.
you and your family. Bye bye, dear friends. Bye bye.
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 Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Congratulations.
Bye, Manny.
Very good job.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye bye.